At the very top of the My Guys list in this 2025 rookie class is Iowa State wide receiver Jaylin Noel. Absolutely loved his film. He went to the combine, he showed out. The stats look fantastic as well. We're going to be breaking down all elements of his draft profile. John, Jaylin Noel, tell me you're as excited about him as I am.
I am very excited, my friend. And we talked about him in the Senior Bowl preview episode. We had loved the film. And right now, I have scouted three Iowa State wide receivers before this year. Akeem Butler, Alan Lazard, and Xavier Hutchinson.
Not Akeem Butler.
And beyond a shadow of a doubt, Jaylin Noel is the best of the wide receivers for the Cyclones. I love the tape, but Matt, there's always, to me, I have a little trepidation in regard to athleticism, especially in the Big 12, because over the years we haven't seen the biggest success. But when he went to the combine, Matt, I no longer have any concerns about this young man. He was sensational. 40-yard dash, 4.39. I was stunned when I watched that. Vertical jump, 41 and a half. Broad jump, 11.2. Three-cone drill, 6.82. 20-yard shuttle, 4.17. Matt, speed, acceleration, burst. The part that is the most amazing to me in the RAS, or relative athletic score, his overall athletic score was 144th out of 3,441 wide receivers since 1987. Matt, I'm now 100% in. In high school, he was a three-star prospect and the number 8 player in Missouri. He chose Iowa State over Nebraska, Iowa, good choice, Wisconsin, and Kansas State, among others. In 2021, he recorded one of the best freshman seasons by a wide receiver in Cyclones history. He played in 13 games, earned 3 starts, and logged 39 receptions for 269 yards. For a true freshman, Matt, very impressive. He had a nice sophomore year, nothing to write home about. But in 2023, he posted a massive campaign with 66 catches, 820 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He was second team All Big 12 at wide receiver. Honorable mention All Big 12 kick returner, punt returner. Matt, he had 14 punt returns and 9 kick returns. Last year in CFF drafts, he turned out to be one of the absolute best values. He recorded career best across the board. 80 receptions, 1,194 yards, 9 touchdowns, and he averaged 14.9 yards. Amazing, Matt. What I like is he has a lot of versatility. He lined up in the slot 70% of the time, but the Cyclones did play him out wide 27%. I'm convinced he can play the Z at times. He's not your X receiver, but he can play a little bit of Z. Honorable mention, All Big 12 kick returner and punt returner. He was the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Year. 13 punt returns, 3 kick returns. You don't see this much, Matt. He was a 2-time team captain for wide receiver. That is not really that normal, so he must be great amongst his teammates. And in his career at Iowa State, he was 3rd in receiving yards with 2,855, 2nd in receptions with 245, 4th in touchdowns with 18. And here's where his versatility comes in, Matt. 53 punt returns for 8.8 yards and 37 kick returns for 22.2. Matt, he can do so much for an NFL team. I know you like him also. What's your film analysis say?
Yeah, so we're going to flip on the tape here in a second, take a deeper look at Jaylin Noel. But just to kind of orient you at what you're looking at, You mentioned it. You can put him flanker receiver, slot receiver, 5'10", 194. Some folks are going to get a little worried about that number. You're going to see Jaylin Noel win at all three levels of the field. So that's a highlight of his tape. That's a thread that's going to go throughout it. The other thing you're going to consistently see Noel do in the tape, he consistently separates, he wins off the release, and he reacts well to balls thrown off target, whether they're too far in front, whether they're behind. So you're going to see those threads consistently here. All right, Jaylin Noel here. We're going to get into this tape. You're going to see right off the bat, because he's going to win off of this slant route, holds on to the ball well through contact. That's definitely something that shows up consistently on tape. And look at his ability to separate, John. You're talking about a guy who can play in that flanker role in the NFL. He separates downfield, excellent footwork, reacts very well to an underthrown ball. Again, that's something that's going to happen really consistently through his tape. He will win in the short game. He'll win on the out routes. He'll win on the drag routes. He'll win on the slant routes. And even in tough spots, he's going to be able to separate. He does well. He feels the boundary well.
I love that one.
Yeah, and a deep, he's winning here on a deep post route. That's excellent for Jaylin Noel. It's really nice. It's the first step, but he carries it downfield. Wins in traffic, is not phased, catching the ball over the middle of the field. Really good short area quickness. You're going to see that before the catch. You're going to see that after the catch. And I hope what you're noticing here is a player who wins space right off of the snap. He's speedy. He's got sharp footwork. And you do not see drops on his film. He's got sticky hands, good ball reaction skills. We've talked about that consistently. And he's a high motor runner. I will say, he's not the biggest yak guy, but you don't have to be. Look at this reaction.
Yes.
This was an underthrown ball with a lot of air underneath it. He holds on while taking a hit. So he's going to do most of his damage before the catch, but he's got a little bit of shake. He's got good field vision, and he's definitely a high motor runner. When you're watching Jaylin Noel film, to me, what you're going to see is a versatile wide receiver. And I think that's something he's not being given enough credit for in the NFL. NFL teams are certainly going to appreciate players that they can move around and adjust depending on the offense and the weapons around him. And Jaylin Noel is going to give you a lot of options for how you can win in the NFL with him on your team. But not as many options, John, as the Rookie Big Board offers all of our patrons for them to win their Dynasty Fantasy Football Championships. Folks, if you're watching all the rookie profiles, you absolutely have to be heading on over to patreon.com/rookiebigboard, because we're only scratching the surface here on all the resources that we offer to you. 2025 seasonal projections for every single NFL player are now live on our website, adjusted daily to keep up with all of the free agency news coming out. The rookies will be added to those projections the weekend of the NFL draft. We have over 130 rookies ranked, dynasty rankings, Devy rankings, personalized access, personalized advice, I should say, in the Rookie Big Board Discord, which you will have access to. Draft strategy calls start this week, one-on-one, 30-minute calls with me to go over your roster, help you prep for your rookie drafts. So much available for just $5 a month. Or get on there, folks. Hit the link in the episode description. You'll save 15% off if you want to go for that annual membership, which you absolutely should be going for. All of that available, patreon.com/rookiebigboard. Really nice film, John. You talked about an impressive background, but you alluded to it. The stats are pretty good as well.
We have athleticism. Check. We love the film, Matt. He can beat you at 3 levels of the field. Check. I like his size, 5'10", 194, Matt. He's a bigger wide receiver. He's got a nice wide receiver body. And like you said, when we saw the clips, he's tough in the middle of the defense. He's not afraid in there. And then you look at the model, 237 career receptions. We love that. Now, his yards per catch are 11.6. But let's put it in context, Matt. He played immediately as a freshman. He was running a lot of short routes early in his college career. And I just mentioned early in the show, he set a record at 14.9 yards per reception his last year. And we saw on the tape, he can get deep. Catch percentage, 63%. I think he has great hands, Matt. team dominator. We're going to analyze Jaden Higgins in future episodes. He's still at a 33% Jaylin Noel. And the last metric that I was a little worried about, only because he played in the slot, receiving yards per team pass attempt. My benchmark is 2.5. Matt, he cleared it, 2.52. Man, does my model like him. But not only does my model like him, more importantly, tell the viewers why they should like Jaylin Noel.
All right, let's put it all together here for some actionable fantasy football advice, because that's what we are all about here at the Rookie Big Board. Right off the bat, draft capital. I don't care if it sounds bullish. I'm not holding back anymore. Jaylin Noel, top 50 NFL draft pick. I feel comfortable with that. The tape lines up. The combine was there. John talked about the stats. Check, check, check. Draft capital, another big check. I feel confident making that projection. And I expect him to be, somebody who falls into he's towards the top of my weekly starter tier. And a weekly starter for me is a consistent, low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3. So I'm talking, wide receiver 18 to 24, 18 to 26, somebody who you're going to feel really good consistently in your lineup. Maybe not that marquee star franchise cornerstone wide receiver, but somebody you'd be really, really happy adding to your roster with a mid-second round draft pick. And that's where I think he's going to go. I think, not everybody is in on Jaylin Noel. I think the more casual followers haven't really caught on to him yet. So 205 to 208 is my Superflex ADP projection. And if he goes 205, I'm going to have heavy exposure to him. And the reason we put the exposure on here, this is what I'm really going to do. And I haven't put a high, heavy exposure on many of these prospects that we've talked about. I want 50+% Jaylin Noel. And if I'm getting him at 205, I'm going to have closer to 70% Jaylin Noel. I started this episode by talking about the fact that he is a my guy, and he absolutely is. I think he's going to come in. He's going to be an immediate contributor. He's going to be a steady contributor. And that is absolutely what you want to get out of your second round picks. You're going to get really good value if you're adding Jaylin Noel in your rookie drafts, but not as good of the value as if you're a Rookie Big Board patron. Head on over to patreon.com/Rookie Big Board. Join us over there for the rankings, for the Discord, for the one-on-one draft strategy call, for the rookie guide, for the Dynasty Devy rookie rankings for just $5 a month. The link will be in the episode description. From the FF Educator and the Gridiron Scholar, class is going to be in session all rookie draft season long. We're going to be back soon with another rookie prospect.